Hi viewers, good morning on and all. I am extremely happy to meet the medical students of Siddha system through this online connectivity. As a professor and a head Department of Medicine, it is my duty to teach the fine elements of clinical examination. Let me share my slides. Today's topic is the importance of case sheet writing. Dear Siddha medical students, you should develop the art of writing case sheet during the clinical session of your professional course. If you do so, you can become as a knowledgeable, skilled, and successful practitioner. For your information, I will post a series of videos in this context in the coming days. Please do follow. At the end of today's session, you can able to understand what are the objectives of writing a case sheet, what are the different components of a case sheet, how to approach the patient systematically in clinical examination, how to write a case sheet in a proper manner, why case sheets have to be maintained in the hospitals, what are the advantages and outcomes we could ensure from properly written case sheet. Case sheet writing is a vital event in clinical examination that you know. In modern medicine, wherever you go, they are following a uniform pattern. In Siddha, what we are practicing is we incorporate mainly assessment entities of Siddha system in addition to basic modern entities. My dear friends, case sheet writing is not a tedious work. I say it is very simple. Really, you have to enjoy writing. You have to submit yourself in this event with a lot of patient involvement in order to achieve the correct diagnosis. Objectives of case sheet writing are to arrive the correct diagnosis, to provide the correct treatment, and to assess the progress and the prognosis. Let us see the advantages of writing a case sheet. Number one, we could approach the patient very systematically so that we never miss even a single point in the assessment part. Number two, systematic approach in clinical examination by writing case sheet always facilitates the correct diagnosis and treatment. Number three, case sheet gives a collective information such as patient identification, case history, medical history, vital signs, positive findings in general examination and systemic examination, affected parameters in Siddha diagnostic format, abnormal lab parameters, provisional and final diagnosis, line of treatment, progress with treatment, outcome of the treatment, review details, etc. Number four, it is a permanent record which is very useful for future references. Number five, it is a valid document for Siddha system to authenticate efficacy and safety of Siddha medicines with the scientific evidences. Number six, data in the case sheet are reproducible for research purpose. Number seven, in case of a patient referral to some other hospital for expert opinion or enhanced treatment, contents of the case sheet will be helpful to write a referral letter. These are all the major advantages. Let us see the different components or segments of case sheet. There are 5 important segments or components are incorporated in case sheet. Let me share my viewpoint. They are: 1, identification part; number 2, subjective part; number 3, objective part; number 4, assessment part; number 5, treatment part. First part is identification part. Here, we document the demographic details of the patient. The details include name, age, gender, address, nationality, religion, ethnicity, income, season, etc. What I want to say is the documentation of demographic details is not only reflects identification details, but also offers some valuable inputs for achieving correct clinical diagnosis in many cases. I can put forward number of examples. Regarding sex, if a male patient is complaining of difficulty in urination and obstruction in urinary flow, then we have to suspect the possibility of prostatic enlargement. Male only has a prostate gland. Males are prone to inherit X-linked recessive disease like hemophilia. Usually, males are the victims of ischemic heart disease, lung cancer, and liver disease as they are habituated to smoking and consumption of alcohol. Autoimmune disorders like systemic lupus erythematosus and goiter are more common in females. Age factor. A menopause attained woman, age about 50, who is complaining of bone pain, we can think about osteopenia or osteoporosis or osteoarthritis. A female, age about 40, is complaining of polyarthritis and severe pain, which aggravates in winter season. We can suspect rheumatoid arthritis because rheumatoid arthritis or Vali Adal Keilvayu usually affects the females above the age of 35. Rheumatic arthritis or Valikil Vayu is a problem of mostly children under the age 15. Degenerative, neoplastic, vascular, metabolic, and lifestyle disorders are more common in the middle-aged or elderly. Address is also very important in the process of diagnosis. There is a possibility of geospecific disease in their region. For example, a patient comes from Neithal Nilam, that is from coastal region with unilateral limb swelling, fever with rigor, we can suspect the possibility of filariasis. Habitants of mountain region may develop the issue like pulmonary hypertension. The people from urban area may develop the problem related to urbanization like chronic obstructive pulmonary disease due to the exposure to atmospheric pollutants and constant stress. Then nationality. Tuberculosis and ischemic heart disease are more prevalent in India. Cardiovascular disease and cancer are more common in United States of America. Simple goiter is seen among some ethnic group in African region. Regarding religion, Hindus, those who are relying on vegetarian diet enriched with fibers, will be protected from developing carcinoma of colon. Carcinoma of penis is very rare in Muslims since they do circumcision soon after birth. Majority of Sikhs, they don't smoke, and for this reason, the incidence of carcinoma of lung is rare among them. Patient's occupation also important in clinical examination. For example, agricultural workers are more prone to develop helminthiasis, leptospirosis, and poisoning by pesticides. Workers in cotton mill are more exposed to cotton dust, which provokes bronchial asthma. Gardeners may develop allergy due to exposure with the pollen grains. Next, economic status. A patient from poor economic status is complaining of fatigue, angular stomatitis, and paler body. Then we do suspect anemia and nutritional deficiency resulting from poverty. Regarding season, Paruvakalam also will give some clue in diagnostic process. Rainy season may invite respiratory issues and communicable diseases. Summer season may induce the issue of urolithiasis. These are all few examples. The second part in the case sheet is a subjective part. It is nothing but documenting the history of patient or subject at different angles, like complaints and duration, history of present illness, past history, personal history, and family history. Here we are extracting relevant history from the patient. This portion is highly important and definitely it lays a very strong foundation for arriving the right diagnosis. Third segment is objective part. In this portion, we follow various investigatory cum assessment parameters or methods in concern with essential modern entities and Siddha way of diagnostic methods. They include general examination, systemic examination, Siddha method of assessment, and laboratory investigations. The fourth segment of the case sheet is assessment part. Here, we are going to analyze the positive findings recorded in the case sheet right from case history up to laboratory investigations in order to arrive provisional and final diagnosis. Case summary, differential diagnosis, all such entities will fall in this assessment part of the case sheet. Assessment of prognosis also becomes a part of this segment. The last portion in the case sheet is the treatment part. Based on the diagnosis here, we finalize the line of treatment, we assess the day-wise progress of the patient, we prescribe diet and habit regulations. We document the outcome of the treatment also. With all these words, I conclude introductory portion of clinical examination. In the next video, we are going to see what is the proper way to document case history of a patient and how to extract a detailed history from the patient. Okay, we will meet in the next video. Don't forget to subscribe my channel Siddha Global. Thank you.